Meatless Mondays and food swaps are some of the latest trends to jump on board to, but just as easy and just as fast, you can get off track. Small steps can make a big impact on eating healthy, though. And nutrition expert Dr. Wendy Bazilian is a co-author of a new book titled Eat Clean, Stay Lean. How are you?
Great to be with you. I'm doing great.
All right, so doctor, how does a plant-based diet work? What are the steps on getting started?
Plant-based eating means eat more plants, plain and simple. You know, it doesn't get easier than that. But what it doesn't mean is overhauling your diet or eliminating foods per se. It means including more fruits and veggies, beans, nuts, whole grains. It's about incorporating the foods, the gifts of Mother Nature, more frequently and more regularly on your plate to maximize health, because compared to the typical American diet, plant-based eating is shown to increase our fiber, to have more fiber, more unsaturated fats, and be more nutrient dense, more vitamins, minerals, and those plant nutrients called phytonutrients.
Does this mean you have to give up meat entirely?
That's one of the most common misperceptions, is that plant-based eating is exclusionary. It means no meat. And actually, it just means eat more plants. A recent survey conducted by the California Walnut Commission showed just that. While 2/3 of adults, and there were over 1,000 people surveyed, 2/3 associated, like knew what plant-based eating was or ate that way sometimes, 40% felt that it meant no meat. And just over half actually thought it was like some version of vegetarian or vegan. And plant-based eating approaches actually do include, in many cases, modest amounts of fish, poultry, and even lean meat. So it really is about, you know, bumping up the fruits and veggies, beans, nuts, you know, all the whole grains, the herbs and spices. You know, it's about putting more color and more flavor on your plate. And then leaving in the company of the others in modest amounts as well.
All right, so let's say I go shopping with you. We fill up a grocery bag. What would be in your grocery bag, and what are some easy ways to bring this into our life a little bit?
Yeah, so I always say keep it simple. Like, so start with what you know, like hit the produce aisle. You know that already. You know, have a fruit and or veggie at every meal. So you need to have some whole fresh foods. Fill your fruit bowl at home with, you know, your bananas, apples, oranges, you know, the foods that are appealing and familiar. Get some berries, you know, so you can add them both in salads and snacks. Make sure you have the salad fixins that you need, avocado and tomato. But then when you dip into the aisles, know that there are really good, minimally processed or unprocessed packaged foods where you might have to read the ingredient label to make sure they're short lists and recognizable, pronounceable ingredients. But, you know, those dried fruits are there. Nuts, like walnuts, are an essential part of a plant-based diet. They're the only nut with an excellent source of omega-3, by the way. A lot of people don't know that. We think of salmon as omega-3, but these walnuts are the only nut with the omega-3. You're getting the dried beans. If you're not going to soak your beans, look for low-sodium canned beans that in the cans that are BPA free. So that's something you can look for on the label to make sure it doesn't have that kind of plastic coating on the inside. Olive oil, your whole grains like oats, and your whole grain pastas and quinoa. And then, of course, don't forget those herbs and spices. The dried ones are actually rich sources of phytonutrients, as well as the fresh, like the garlic and thyme I have featured here. So lots of things to choose from. So plant-based eating can be something that's really, you know, expansive and inclusive as opposed to exclusionary.
All right, doctor, thank you so much. Make small shifts towards healthier eating today. If you want to learn more, visit the website on your screen. Dow, over to you.